Hi everyone, it's Karen here and welcome back to my channel. A few days ago I did a video where I showed you my really exciting news where I released my own designs of foam stamps from Joggles.com. But today I want to show you how to use them in your journals. So what I want to do is I have two Joggles disc-bound journal. I have the 6x6 and the 6x8, and these are almost basically full. But what I want to do is I want to take the empty pages, the ones that basically either are backed up by something else or just on their own. And what I'm going to do is that using these stamps, I'm going to create some monoprints so that way I can quickly and easily refer to them when I want to create an art journal. So it's basically a two-step process because first I'm just going to be creating the backgrounds, and then what I'm going to do is just basically create focal points and do other things with it. So as you can see, for example, in this one, I have already something in the back. This video you can see on my website. So I have to be very careful when I'm putting this on the monoprint because I want to make sure it doesn't get dirty on the other side. Even if it does, it's not really a big deal, but I just want to make sure that I cover the sides carefully. So just want to make sure they match up because here's another one like that as well. So I'm just thinking of what to do, and there's other ones in here, but I'll just leave those for another day because I think I have quite a few here as well. So now I'm going to bring the gel print. This is the gel press. It's a 6x6, and I have a bunch of colors here, acrylic paints. These are Amsterdam acrylic paints. They're the small tubes that are available of Joggles. I also have a couple of like older ones that are bigger, like in the standard size. And then I've also brought some acrylic paints from PBO, the studio acrylics, and they are in these three colors, which I find these add like a really nice brightness to everything. Now these are, I'm not sure which ones I will use with what, but I'll just monoprint a few backgrounds, that way I can do the rest of the focal points. So in this case, I'm going to try to take the textured backgrounds that I have to create this. So for example, this one is good. I can even use it with the flower. So there's lots of different kinds that I can do. This is more of a focal point, so I might leave it for later on. And once you make a bunch of backgrounds, you can go ahead and create other art journals whenever you feel like it. You can just refer to that background. So let's start with that, and let's make some few backgrounds for my art journals. And I'm going to start with the green, and I'm going to mix it maybe with some turquoise. Those are my two favorite colors. So it's nice to do that and combine colors because you can create some really neat backgrounds. So let's see, let's do this. I love the combination of these two together. Okay, there we go. And what I can do also is actually for this one, the one that I have to be careful with, maybe I will just use the brayer a little bit to just clean the mist that is in the back. Okay, so there we go. And now I'm going to use the matching one. So one of these, and this one goes like, no, it's this one goes like this. So I have to just match it up because otherwise it doesn't work. So let's just first do this. I just want to get the background going. How beautiful is that? And let's do this up here and do this up here. There we go. So that looks really nice. There we go. And now I'm going to add some pattern to this. So I can add things like this one. Okay. So it's the pattern. And let's see. Oh, I'll just finish this one up. So just being careful here. Maybe I will use an extra paper from a copy paper. I can even push it with the brayer. There we go. And let's see how it came out. Oh, very cool. Okay, I love the print. I don't see the designs as much, but I will build them up, of course, as I go. So let me add a little bit of white to this one. And this time I'll stamp them again. So sometimes the patterns don't come out. I think it was too dry. I have to make sure that it's pretty wet. You have to work really fast when it's with acrylic paint. So let me try that again. This time I think I'm going to do the flowers. I think it will look nice. Look at the flowers. There we go. That is much better in print when there's a lot of paint in it. Okay. And then I'm going to add this on top. Same way. And let's see how it turned out. I always get really excited to see how things turn out. Oh, I really like that pattern. You can see like the flower underneath, and it's like really, really cool. Okay, let me get a ghost print of that. And then I'm going to move on to a different color. I want to also add, you can build like this for the backgrounds. They'll be more like grungy, but then after that you can stamp with it as well, and that creates the good background. Nothing. Okay, let me do this again with the other side because I want these two sides to match. So this, I guess it has to work super fast. I didn't realize how fast these paints actually dry. I've worked with other paints and they dry a bit slower, but I realize now I have to work way faster. So let's do the same thing because these two sides I want them to match. So it's like a very grungy background. And there we go. Okay, so these two sides match, so it's really good because I can then use this as background. I really love how this background came out. And now I'm going to do another one. Let's go with a different color. I think I'm going to go with some bright colors for this. And let's go with this one. I want some of this blue. And I have to remember to work really fast. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to add this one. This combo is beautiful. And I'm going to use my X's and O's and just create texture in the background. Almost like a stenciled texture. And now I'm going to first do this side. Oh, that looks cool. And let's do this side. Okay, so you can see the X's and O in the background, and it looks very grungy. I can also take back this one I just did now, for example, and add to this one as well. So for example, you could add whatever I had from the stamp and just create X's and O's, like a little bit of a design here as well. So I really like, because these backgrounds will be perfect to put some kind of focal point on them. So I'm going to do the same thing for this one, and then basically what I have is a perfect background for any type of project. So I don't have to wait. Next time I want to do something, I can just do that. I apologize. I don't know why my camera is not centered today. I am trying to center things, but then things go out of focus. I have too many papers. So here are the two pages that will be together, and I really like how they turned out. Now I'm going to do one more, and this one I want to add a little bit of, let's see, this bright color. And I will list everything below, all the colors that I've used. I'll list them below, so you don't have to worry about that. So let's do this. This will mix nicely with the other ones. You don't have to even clean your palette. Okay, so for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create this pattern over here. I'm going to use both of my cells that come in a package together and just create this really neat pattern. So this will be for this one over here. And then there is the other one. How cool is that? I love that. So now what I can do is go back to this one, for example, and add some of these as well because I have left over. So let's do that. Just so we can finish it up. So it gives it a really nice texture and it's very balanced. Okay, let's see what else. I have some more here which I want to add in some places. So let's see what I can do with this. So I want to add more texture. So for example, I want to stamp this, but I think I need something a little bit darker to work with this. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to use maybe this color, which is a little bit darker. And it's already in the pattern. So let's do that. Even a little bit more. So you can work just with foam stamps and create really cool effects in your backgrounds. And this is why I like to have both textured stamps and also some focal point stamps. So my focal point stamps I'm not using yet. I want to kind of save. So this is a textured stamp and I'm going to use it instead of on the monoprint. I'm going to use this to stamp. And you get those really cool cells in the background. Then I can take this one that I created the pattern with and use it in the back of this one. So be careful because some of it is still wet. So I just want to, there we go. And let me lift this up. And now you have, look at this really cool negative image of it. So now it's like really coming along nicely. So I love that. And what I'm going to do is I need to create the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to add more blue on this. And now I can go with this blue and the green that it's mixing up. I'm not even cleaning it, and do the same pattern because I want the matching one on the other side. And I haven't even introduced any of the other bright colors, but I will soon. So let's see. I have to do this one again. And let's see, where could I stamp this on? Maybe I could bring this one back. So this one I have as one side. And then I can bring this one back. And you still see the other patterns on it too. But I'm going to see the blue of this. So you can combine and continue to add texture to things. It is very, very cool to just have the texture and the stuff. So this is how you make some easy backgrounds, and basically how you can use the stamps as textures. So this is basically my part 1 of my stamp video, and then I will show you part 2 of it as well. So this one is already done. Where is the back? Oh, here's the back of the other one. This one has orange in it, so I have to be careful because it will be more blue. So I want to just press carefully on this one because this is the side that matches this one. Oh, I love that. So even more grungy. So I didn't press here. Let me go back and press on this one here. There we go. So this is the other side. So now I have all these matching backgrounds. Now I want to make a couple more because this is how you make backgrounds with things. I have one more that I can make, but this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up a little bit and I'm going to make a bright background, okay? Just to show you the difference. So let's see. I'm going to use some of this one. And I'm going to mix it like this. First, I'm just going to do it like this, okay? Maybe I'll add some yellow to it. And it becomes orange as well, right? So we know that that is true. Okay, so now in terms of pattern, I could use basically, again, anything. But I would really like to use is this flower again. I want to try to press it again into it. Oh, there we go. I think it should work better now. So actually what I'm going to do is first I want to stamp this in other places. So I wonder if I should go back to something like this and stamp it, because it's just nice to add color to it. So I am adding a little bit of color to this. Where is the matching one for this? Hold on, I have to find it. I think it's in the back of this one. There it is. So okay, so there we go. We added a little bit of pink here, but then I'm going to go and do this and just add this. Now I think I pressed too many times with the flowers, so it just became, you can see them here, but they're not as textured as I thought they were going to be. Let me add a little bit more paint. Why is it not? I want to add a little bit more paint. I think it's like too little. Okay. Okay, and then we go and let's do the other side. Doesn't really matter how it looks because you can add more and more texture as you go. And it picked up some of the blue from before, so that's okay as well. Let's add some more yellow onto it. And I'm going to kind of stamp some stuff with it. So let's see. Because I want to add the focal points afterwards, but the flower is technically my focal point as well, and I will use it as a focal point. I don't know why I keep on trying to add it, because it's so detailed that it's like kind of losing itself. Okay, I'm going to add my XOXO again. And because it's yellow, it looks really cool. So I have a neat background here that I really like, and that looks good. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of this yellow over here, just because I just want a little bit of it, so it brightens the page. So you see, you can just add like a little bit of the pattern, the XO pattern. Doesn't have to be everywhere. So I really like that. Let's see, do I want to brighten anything else? Because now I have a bunch of backgrounds that I could use. So that's good. Let's see, where's my other background? Oh, there it is. Okay, so now I have a few backgrounds. So I have this one. This goes in one of my journals. I have this matching one that can go with needs a focal point. I have this matching one that needs also a focal point. And I also have this one that is really cool. And this one which is in a completely different color. So this is how quick and easy it is to make backgrounds with foam stamps. I do love using the textured ones like these, and even the flower gave a really cool texture. It wasn't a defined texture, but I'm going to use this as a focal point as well. And of course this one, which looked really cool also. So for the next video, which is, I'm going to do like a few part video where I'm going to work with each one of these papers separately. So stay tuned for that, because each journal has its own character and I'll add different things to it to teach you how to do certain things. So I want to kind of focus on these type of stamps, which I wanted to create a focal point with, or the flower, the leaf, and so forth, and the light bulb, which are my other stamps. So stay tuned for those videos, and slowly I will be able to show you everything that you can do with these stamps. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye.